Okay, well today what we're going to be working on is factoring polynomials. This is a review lesson of something that you learned in Integrated 2. How good are you at it? That's another question. So make sure you take good notes. This is kind of one of those critical lessons. We have to be able to do this technique, okay? So when you're factoring, you're always looking for a common factor first. So look for a common factor, meaning a number that divides into all the parts first. If you don't have that, then there's going to be some different methods for factoring that we're going to learn over the next few days. Now, I teach the factoring with the big X method, all right? And so, you're in my class. This is the way we're going to do it. I know there are other ways out there, but again, this is the way we're going to do it, the way we're going to work together on it, and so you got to do it this way. All right, so here we go. So what you do is to factor this trinomial, a three-part expression. And this works for trinomials, is to use this idea of a big X. Again, you've probably seen this before. Most of the teachers here at Los Osos teach it this way. So you're going to take and put the top number is going to be your last number. So the last number, 12, is going to go on top. And then the 7 is going to go on the bottom. All right, the middle number goes on the bottom here. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to figure out what numbers multiply to make 12 that add to be 7. So you're trying to figure out, okay, what numbers have a product of 12 that add to be 7? Well, think about it there for a second. Lots of options to make 12. 12 times 1, 4 times 3, 6 times 2. But there's only one that will work that will add to be 7. And that would be 4 and 3. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 plus 3 is 7. So again, you're trying to take with these two numbers here, the numbers that multiply to make the top number, that add to make the bottom number. Okay? Now, the way we're going to set this up then is it's going to be x plus 4, our first number in our big X, and then x plus 3. Okay, the order of these factors doesn't really matter. You could have x plus 3 first and then x plus 4. You can flip-flop those. It doesn't matter. But the idea is the sign, if it's positive 4 and positive 3, make sure I put plus 4 and plus 3. Okay? Again, you've seen this before. This is not a brand new lesson for you. Okay, letter B, what we need to do here is look for a common factor first. As it turns out, 3 comes out of all the parts. You can divide a 3 into all the parts. So it'll be x squared plus 5x plus 6. Again, I divided each part by 3. I took it out as the common factor. Okay, you factored out common factors in Integrated 2 as well. And you're like, man, I wish I would have listened and paid attention in Integrated 2. Yeah, everything you learn in math is going to keep coming this way, so maybe you want to start working a little harder now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a big X here on this. So we're going to have 6 on top. The last number goes on top. The middle number goes on bottom. So what times what multiplies to make 6? It adds to be 5. That's 3 and 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. And there's only one thing that works. Okay? Sometimes students will tell me this. They'll say, oh, I found another way. No, you didn't. But they think they did. And they'll have like 6 and negative 1. And they're like, well, that makes 5. But the problem is 6 times negative 1 is not positive 6. Again, there's only one way that works for these. Okay? You didn't find a new way. Okay, so it's going to be 3 times, don't forget the 3 that you took out at the beginning, x plus 3 times x plus 2. Okay, and that's going to be our answer for that one. Okay, that'll be the factoring. All right. Okay, let's keep going. Letter C here. Again, we'll try our big X method. 14 on top, 15 on the bottom. So what times what makes 14 that adds to be 15? Well, 14 and 1. 14 times 1 is 14. 14 plus 1 is 15. So my two factors will be x plus 14 times x plus 1. Okay, and that would be the factoring. All right? So hopefully we're feeling okay so far. All right, letter D, we have a common factor on this one. The x, they all have an x in common. So you take out an x. And now when you take an x from x cubed, you have x squared. You take an x from x squared, you have 11x. Take an x from 42x, and you'll just have minus 42. So again, we divided out an x from all of those parts. Now from here, again, big X factor. We're going to have negative 42 on top, 11 on the bottom. And so now we'll try to figure out what works on this. The only way I can think of right off the top of my head is 6 times 7 for 42, but I know I can't make it 11. The one that works is 14 times 3, right? 14 and 3 will make 11. Now, to get negative 42 and make 11, we need the 3 to be negative. So my factors will be x that I originally took out times x plus 14 times x minus 3. If you're having trouble coming up with a factor, what you want to do is you want to take that number 42 and do a 4th grade factor tree to it. The only way, again, I can think of is with 6 and 7. And so I can break up the 6 into 3 times 2. So now I have all my factors of 42, 3, 2, and 7. And somehow I got to make that into something that works. So like 21 times 2 is something that makes 42, but it will make 11, right? So again, what I need here is 14 and 3 to make it work, all right? Okay, let's keep going. Letter E. So now we want to take out a 3 from this. So take out a 3, you're going to have 3 times x squared plus 8x plus 3. Okay, dividing each part by 3. And now you'll try to big X factor that. Okay, and 3 on the top, 8 on the bottom, but nothing works. There's nothing that multiplies to make 3 that adds to be 8. So this is going to be your final factoring on letter E. Okay, last one here, letter F. In this section, take out an 8. 8 times x squared minus 2x minus 8. Okay, I divided each part by 8 to get that. 8 divided by 8 made 1x squared. Divide this by 8, you get 2x. Divide this by 8, I'll get minus 8 out of that. And so now big X it, negative 8 on top, negative 2 on the bottom. With a 4 and a 2, I can make 8, and I can make negative 2 if the 4 is negative. So my factors will be 8 times x minus 4 times x plus 2. And there will be my factoring for that trinomial. Okay? So what we'll do in class, we're going to have some busy days in class here this week that's upcoming. We'll go over these, try these to get you up to speed on that. And then we will go over the solving by factoring. All right? So at this point, we're going to go ahead and say, close out this video. There's going to be another video coming up that I want you to watch as well. So that's coming here in just a second. Take a little break, and then you can come back and do the next video.